the executive has broad discretion to enforce our border laws. Now, we have to remember that 3.5 years ago, Joe Biden came into the Oval Office, and what were they doing? They were bragging about undoing the previous administration's border policies. They were bragging about expanding catch and release. They were bragging about ending remain in Mexico. They were bragging about changing the asylum enforcement laws in this country. And every single one of us said, what you're going to get is a crisis at the southern border. And after 3.5 years of them bragging about a policy change and then seeing the predictable results, we now have a historic crisis, I would say historic invasion at our southern border. And now, all of a sudden, 6 months before an election, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats have got religion on border security. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even pass the smell test. Joe Biden opened the southern border. Joe Biden can close the southern border, and it's really that simple. Now, there are a whole host of problems with this legislation, but I think the most significant, I just want to echo again something Senator Johnson said. The problem with this legislation is that it doesn't solve the problem now, and it prevents a future administration from solving the problem in the future. It doesn't solve our crisis now, and it prevents a future president from doing exactly that. It is the worst possible combination of immigration policy, and that's why we're going to keep on fighting. You have to ask yourselves, after bragging about opening our southern border, why do Democrats care about this issue? Is it because they haven't seen the wreckage and the carnage of the last 2 years? No. It's because they've seen the polls and they know what's coming, and we got to make sure that happens so that we never, ever have a crisis like this in this country again.